calculation easier. And in this case, how many equipment we have? We have one equipment which is a generator, three-phase generators are connected, 50 hertz, and it's rated at 500 kVA, 1.1 kilovolt is the rated voltage. And after that, what we have? We have some parameters like transmission line parameters or distribution line parameters, whatever you call it for now, it's okay. But it has R value and L value. RL and XL. RL means the resistance of the line. XL is the reactance of the line. So we'll have to consider all these three: the generator, resistance, reactance. So we choose a base kVA. We can choose anything, like we mentioned when we were discussing these things. We can choose any value arbitrarily. But when you choose it arbitrarily, again, we have to make sure that it reduces our calculation. And in this case, we can choose anything: 1 kVA, 100 kVA, 500 kVA, 5000 kVA. But if we choose it wisely, then it will reduce our calculation. For example, if in this case, if we choose the base kVA to be 500 kVA, it will reduce our calculation because the generator reactance is 10% is even there, so that will not change because our base kVA is equal to the rated kVA of the generator. It won't change. That is our base kVA. Now, when we have our base kVA that we have chosen, then we can go to the next step. Reactance. We have to calculate the reactance of each and everything in this diagram or in this system. The first part of the generator, with the generator reactance, we will write it as Xg. It's G, write capital G, so it's Xg subscript. We'll write it like that. The Xg is equal to what? Its reactance, which was 10% given in the problem. 10% times the new reactance, which is new kVA, which is 500. I'm writing it in bracket for now. This kVA divided by rated kVA. What will happen? So 10% times 500 is equal to 10. Man, it's 10%. So it's 10%, and from percent, what we do, convert into per unit. So Xg is 10 over 100. To convert from percentage to per unit is by 100. So we'll write it like this: PU per unit. So that's reactance. It's not changing because the base kVA that we have chosen is equal to the rated kVA of the generator. So the reactance is on. Now we need to calculate the line reactance, line resistance. So let's line resistance R subscript L, and how do we calculate it? The formula is R in ohm times MVA over kV squared. So that's the formula: resistance in ohm times MV over kV squared. So if we write it, what is the R value is 0.083 times MVA is what? We have 500 kVA, so 500 over 1000 will be MVA. So that will be 500 1000 will be MVA divided by KV square. KV is 1.1 and squared. So it should be calculated by you, and you tell me what value of in per unit straight away. This will be in per unit straight away. So you will tell me what is the value of R per unit. Resistance of the line is calculated from the resistance value and MVA and KV squared. R times MVA over KV squared is the formula. So you calculate and tell me the value of this resistance of the line in per unit. Can you tell me anyone? 0.0343. Anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else? I have many of you are present in this one. I see Amanda, Kivesan, Nikash is there, and Ndunge is there. Sorry, Noxolo. How do I say Noxolo? Sabelo is there, Shane is there, Sibusiso, Sinobuyo, Sizwe has answered, Sumendran, Kolile is there. So you must answer to this calculation now. Give me the answer quickly. Who has answered? Sibusi, that one, thank you. Who else has? Who else is having that answer? 0.0343. That's good, thank you. So 0.00343, that's the correct answer. Similarly, we can find out XL now, meaning the reactance of the line. L is for the line here. That's what we are referring to. XL will be the same thing. Instead of R, it will be X value. MVA and KV square, they remain the same. So what we have 0.25 is the reactance, and then we multiply it with the MVA, which is 500 kVA over 1000 divided by 1.1 squared, and what should be the value in per unit? It will be straight in per unit. I did for the resistance value. You tell me this value quickly. I was the reactance given in the problem. We have MVA, which is 500, MVA 1000 MVA, and then the answer is 0.1033 per unit. 0.1033 per unit. That's the correct answer. Thank you. We have the resistance in per unit, we have the reactance in per unit for the line, we have the reactance of the generator in per unit before we calculated that one, before there, 0.1 per unit. Now what we need to calculate next time, the next step is to draw this diagram that you see here. The next step is to draw this diagram here. It was drawn because I have to draw it, and it's difficult to draw using this software and all this online, so I copied and pasted on my hand calculation. So the drawing this diagram is called a reactance diagram. This is called a reactance diagram. So after doing all this reactance calculation, looking at this block diagram or the line diagram or whatever you call it, the system diagram is very important. So when we are given this question in question text form, we draw this diagram. From this diagram, we make sure that we calculate the reactances of all those equipment and the resistance and reactance. That's what we have done so far. When we have done that, we go to this diagram that is called reactance diagram that we have to draw for the analysis of this symmetrical fault and currents and fault MVA. So what we start with? We start with the left hand side, meaning the generator. We always start with the generator. So there will be a neutral of the generator. It's a star connected generator. There will be neutral grounded. So we show that with a vertical, sometimes with a horizontal bar. So that's the neutral, or we call it reference bus. That N, capital N, is the neutral of the generator. Sometimes we call it reference bus as well, or the neutral bus. And then after that, what we show the generator reactance that we have. Then we have this generator, so its reactance will come there. So that's Xg. And after that, there is nothing. We arrive at the resistance of the line. So resistance of the line will come there. After that, what we have? Reactance of the line. We arrive at the reactance of the line. We show that. And then we arrive at the fault point F. We show the fault point by that cross sign. So that's the reactance diagram. You understand that? Everyone has understood it. If not, then let me know, because this is the simplest one. We will go to more complex one after this tutorial. Next one will be more complicated than this one. So we have to make sure that we understand it from here. Can you let me know? Understood it? I need to hear more people that you are understanding it clearly, how we draw the reactance diagram. Okay, thank you. So now the next step, once we have this reactance diagram, the next step is to calculate. Let me delete these things. I have some space. Next step will be to calculate total reactance up to the fault point. Reactance up to the fault point. Meaning we look at the reactance diagram now, and starting from the neutral bus, we go to the fault point. Starting from the neutral bus or neutral point, we go to the fault point and find out what is the total reactance. So you see what are the reactances and how they are connected. When we drew any line or any power system or a part of a power system, we know that the reactances or the impedances will be connected in a manner, maybe either series, parallel, a combination, on all those stuff. So we always have to remember that part that we need to consider. So how we see the reactances, resistances are connected here, they are in series. So how we write that? So we have for generator J 0.1 per unit. All we are going to write in per unit. We have for generator reactance in per unit 0.1, and then we have for resistance what we have 0.0343, and for reactance of the line with J 0.103. That is what. Can you see that? They are all in series. That's why we put plus sign in between them, because it's in series. All the resistance reactances are in series. There is no parallel combination here. That's why it's like that. So if we come to this, you see we have two x's. So it will be 0.0343 plus J 0.203. We can write it like that. And then from there we can find out what will be the magnitude? We need the magnitude here. Can you tell me the magnitude of this reactance combination, meaning the Z value only, the magnitude? We don't need the angle. We don't need the angle, we need the magnitude. So tell me the magnitude of this one. Can you tell me the magnitude of this? Anyone? Where is your calculator? Tell me the magnitude 0.206. That's the correct answer. 0.206, and the unit is RE. We have this magnitude. That is the fault. Sorry, that is the reactance, total reactance up to the fault point. That is what we need. And we can go to the next step now to find out the fault kVA. So we find out the fault kVA. That's the first answer. Fault kVA is equal to the formula is base kVA. Write down base kVA over total reactance. It will give a name reactance up to fault point, which is now going to be equal to, we have base kVA as 500 and total reactance up to 0.206. We can find out the fault kVA. What value it should be? Tell me the answer quickly. Anyone? What's the fault kVA? Ibo doesn't take so many months. Yes, 2427, 2427, 27.8.2, which is fine. So that's the first answer. Can you see on the question? That's the first answer. Find out the fault kVA. So we found the fault kVA. So what was our task? To find out all the reactances in per unit first. When we are done, then we go to draw the reactance diagram. When we are done with the reactance diagram, we come to the next step. Total reactance up to the fault point, we calculate that one, and we take that one into calculation for fault kVA. Base kVA, we chose it, we know it. So total reactance up to the fault point was 0.206. Now we have answer for the first one. Now we have to calculate the fault current in ampere at the fault point F. And the fault point F, what will be the fault current? Now fault current is easy to calculate. We know the formula of fault current is actually fault KVA, fault KVA over, which is 1.1 volt here, which is 1.1 kV. So it takes the square root of 3 because it's a three-phase star connected system. So 1 times, and top we have kVA and voltage in kilovolt. Current will come as ampere straight away. And you see that kVA is in kilo, all of kVA is in kilovolt. here, and then for the voltage is in kilovolts, so the current will come straight away in ampere. Tell me the current in ampere at the fault point. Fault current at the fault point F is operating at 1.1 kV. So the current is 12 kVA over the voltage, and when you're taking the voltage, it's supposed to be this voltage. So root 3 will come there. So tell me the answer quickly. Amanda, what's the answer? This is not too difficult. Yes, 1273.94. Anyone else? Will come straight as ampere. So Amanda, same. Thank you. Now the next step is to add the generator thermal. So the fault current at the fault point, that's what we have calculated here just now. Now we have the second part, a fault current in ampere at the generator terminals. Now if we come to the generator terminal here, it's operating at the same voltage. The generator, you can write down here, the generator terminal voltage is also 1.1 kV. And the generator terminal will be the same. One way to find out. One way to find out. Is that okay to you? Understand that the generator is also at 1.1 kilovolt, like the fault point. So if you do the calculation for kVA over the voltage multiplied by square root 3, we will get the same current. So the current will be same. Is that okay? Is that okay? Let me know if that is okay. Thank you. There is another way of finding it out. If you look at the system diagram in the first place, what you find? The fault point and the generator terminal, they are in series. Looking at the system diagram, the generator terminal and the fault point are in series together. And what we know, configuration, in series configuration, in series connection, current remains the same. Current and the generator terminal will be the same as the current and the port point. Look at the system diagram. What does that mean? The terminal and the port point, they are in series. They are in series. So what we know from our fundamental in electrical engineering, that when we have series connection, current in series circuit remains the same, it doesn't change. So it will be the same current as we have calculated for the fault point. Is that clear? Is that clear to everyone? Who will confirm that they have understood this concept as well? We can calculate, we can avoid calculation because we see that they are in series, we don't need to calculate. So they will have the same value of current at the fault point and at the generator terminals. Who else can confirm? Do you understand that? Can somebody else confirm that as well? That they have understood? Please let me know. Hello, can you please let me know that you have understood this part, this explanation, what you see on the screen now from the system diagram? You can see that the current at the generator terminals will be the same as the current that we calculated at the fault points. I need 2 more people to say yes. If you didn't understand, let me know that I did not understand. If you did not understand, then let me know that you did not understand. I will try to explain it once again. Okay, so fine, I saw one response. Let's go to the next one. I didn't put this tutorial yet on the Moodle, but I'll put it. I'm just waiting if I have to add something or do some spelling or words correction, then I'll put them on the Moodle soon, maybe tomorrow. So I'm coming to the second one. Again, this part on the right hand side reactance diagram is not part of the question paper. Sometimes we might not have this one as the part of the question paper, but in this case, it's the part of the question paper. What it is saying, a 3-phase star connected generator is shown in the diagram. So it's a 3-phase generator whose rating is 2220 MVA, 2220 MVA generator. It's a very big generator. Its operating voltage or rated voltage is 24 kilovolt. Its reactance is given 50%. And then this generator is in turn connected to a transformer whose MVA rating is 2500 and its voltage rating is 24 to 400 kVA. So the generator is generating at 24 kV and is being stepped up by this transformer to 400 kV. It's not kVA, it's kV, 400 kV, and the reactance of the transformer is 15% as well. And then in turn, the transformer is connected to a bus from where we have 2 transmission lines. Each of these transmission lines have the reactance, the resistance is neglected because the resistance value is much smaller than the reactance value. So sometimes we neglect them. We take the reactance value because the reactance value is higher than the resistance value. So the reactance values are given here. The first line, the top one is having reactance of 50%. The bottom one was having reactance of 93%. Like this reactance of the generator is 15%, the reactance of the transformer is 15%, the reactance of the first line is 50%, the reactance of the second line is 93%, and then they are connected to a common bus and connecting the line to go to somewhere. So what we are asked to calculate now, we have to calculate the fault current at the point, meaning if a three-phase short circuit happens here, what will be the fault current here? And we also have to calculate the fault current at the generator pass, meaning here. We have to calculate at the fault point, we have to calculate the fault current here at the generator pass. Because if you remember, that is what I was telling ourselves, that we have to know the fault currents everywhere, each and every part of the power system. So you cannot just say that we can calculate the fault current here at the fault point. We don't need to worry about the fault current here at the generator bus or the transformer bus, or before the transformer, after the transformer. We have to know all of them. So we're practicing that fault current at the fault point and at some other locations. So in this case, I'm taking the generator bus. So that is what we have to calculate, the fault current at the fault point and for the generator bus. That is what we have to calculate. So let's go to the first step, is to choose the base MVA. In this case, MVA, so we'll choose base MVA. AVA and MVA, there is no difference, only multiplication divided by 1000 or multiplied by 1000. So base MVA, what we can choose there, we have two MVA ratings already specified in the problem. One is for the generator 2220, other one transformer 2500. We can choose any one. We can choose something different. But like I mentioned earlier, that we choose the MVA, AVA base value such that our calculation is reduced. Let's say we choose it for generator. We have to do the calculation for the generator. We have to do the calculation for the transformer and the line reactance. So this MVA is chosen as 2220. So the generator reactance, the first one is the generator in the diagram. Reactance